Hi, I'm Tony Mesa with Tony Mesa Real Estate School. I want to go a little bit in more detail on some of these questions that deal with each section in a township. A section is 1 mile by 1 mile, and each one of those sections is 640 acres. So the idea is that the way that you make the sections smaller is you divide them into quarters and halves, not eighths, not tenths. It's always quarters and halves, right? And the idea is if we have the following question, we have the northwest quarter of the southwest quarter and the northeast quarter of the south 1/2 and the northwest quarter of section 18, how many acres is that? The first thing is it doesn't matter if it's section 18 or section number 1 or section number 9. Each section has in it 640 acres, right? So it doesn't matter which section, right? So the rule, what you need to remember is each section is 640 acres, right? So you begin with the number 640, you divide by the number on the bottom of the fraction, 4, divided by 4 is 160, divided by 4 is 40. And then why do we stop there? The magic word and, right? So the idea is and means a separate piece of land when using the government survey system, right? Then we begin again with the number 640 acres per section, right? Divide by the 4 here is 160. Divide by 2. This time it's a 2 on the bottom. That gives us 80. Why do we stop? Because of the word and. You could throw it in more than one time, right? Now, what happens is then we begin again with 640, and we divide by the number on the bottom, 4, and that gives us 160, and we stop because there's nothing else after that, right? So then what is it that you do here? You take and you add these numbers together. So 40 plus 80 plus 160 is going to give us 280 acres. So that piece of land that's being described is 280 acres, right? Now, in conjunction with this, right, something else that you need to know for the state exam is that each acre is 43,560 square feet. Let's say the question here, instead of being how many acres is this, we have a different question. We have the question, how many square feet, right? So there, what you do is you do this first and you figure out the total number of acres, right? And we've already done that. We know it's 280 acres, right? So then what we're going to do is we're going to take 280 acres multiplied by 43,560 square feet per acre. So 280 times 43560 gives us 12,196,800 square feet. And that would be the answer if the question is how many square feet is that, right? So again, remember, you always begin with the number 640, and what do? You divide by the number on the bottom of the fraction, right? Whether it's a 4 or a 2, every time you see and, what do? You stop and you start over again and you add together your subtotals. That's giving you your total acreage. Sometimes they ask you how many square feet do you have. Then you would just take the number of acres times 43,560 square feet per acre. Now, you do need to read carefully, right? Let's go through another problem with this, okay? So let's say that they tell you the following. They tell you, Tony, right? That's me, right? Tony owns the northwest quarter of section 9, right? And then Tony sells the south 1/2 of the northwest quarter of section 9, right? I hope you guys can see that all the way at the end here, right? And then how many acres does Tony own after the sale, right? That's the question. How many acres do I own after the sale? Now, look, what's going on here is they are mentioning 2 times the northwest quarter of section 9, right? So the idea is if I'm on autopilot and I'm not paying attention and I divide twice by the number 4, I'm dividing twice by the same thing and I'm going to get the wrong answer choice, right? So let me show you what's happening here. I'm going to draw a section, right? This is a section, right? So this is 1 mile by 1 mile, 640 acres, right? And north, south, east, and west. Tony owns the northwest quarter of section 9. This is section 9. I divide this into quarters. The northwest quarter is this whole piece right here, right? And the idea is that if I take 640 and divide it by 4, it gives me 160 acres. I own 160 acres. That's what I own, right? And then, so I've divided by that 4, right? And then I'm selling the south 1/2, right? So you take this and you split it in half. This portion in red is what I am selling, and what I still own is this portion here in black, right? So what happens is 160 acres divided by 2 is 80, right? So I sold 80 of the 160 acres and I still own 80. So the answer is I still own 80 acres. That is the correct answer. Now, so I divided by the 4 and I divided by the 2. But look, if I divide again by 4, I'm going to get 80 divided by 4 is going to be 20. That's going to be the incorrect answer choice because I'm over dividing, right? I'm dividing twice by the same thing. So don't go on autopilot. Read the question carefully, okay? And again, if we wanted to change this to square feet, 80 acres times what? 43,560 square feet per acre would give us the square footage, right? Let's go through another problem dealing with square feet, right? Let's say that Tony owns 20 acres and will build 18 homes on lots that are each 10,890 square feet. After he sells the homes, how many acres does he still own? Okay, so I own a total of 20 acres, and I'm going to build 18 homes on lots. Each lot is going to be 10,890 square feet. So there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 18 homes multiplied by each lot is 10,890. So 18 times 10,890 gives me 196,020 square feet. That's the total square footage of the lots that I am selling, right? Okay. Now, what I can do here is I started with 20 acres, right? And I'm selling that much, right? Now, 196,020 square feet divided by 43560. That's how many square feet we have in 1 acre. Divided by 43560 gives me 4.5. This is 4.5 acres, right? So the idea is the 18 houses, they're on lots which are each 10,890 square feet. 18 times 10,890 square feet gives me this much total square footage that I'm selling off. If I take that square footage that I'm selling off and I divide it by 43,560 square feet in an acre, that tells me that is equal to 4.5 acres that I am selling, right? So then the last step, and I think you guys can still see this down here, is if I take 20 acres, because that's the total that I owned, minus 4.5, 20 minus 4.5 gives me 15.5 acres. That is the answer. That is the acreage that I still own once I have concluded with that sale. Alrighty, so you do need to be clear on both 640 square feet per section, and you do need to be clear on each acre being 43,560 square feet for the state exams, okay? All right, now, remember not only do I offer the classroom courses and also the online real estate sales associates course, the online real estate brokers course, I also offer for people who've already done the course somewhere else, just the exam cram videos for sales associate and just the exam cram videos for real estate broker. So I offer those, and you can go to TonyMesaRealEstateSchool.com, and there you will see information about all of our different courses. Everybody have a great day.